say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. It is my pleasure to introduce the principal of Coronado High School, Mr. Darren Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Hoder and the Blue Notes. Welcome to the 49th Annual Coronado High School Graduation Ceremony. Thank you, family and friends, for being here and supporting our students at this event. We'd like to take a moment to recognize our retiring staff members. These 4 people embody some of the best qualities that Coronado has to offer, and they will be missed. Glenda Siebold, Ann Keach, Mel Johnson, and Carmen Kitzberger. I now bring to the stage our student body president, Emily Hancock.
Good morning. It is my pleasure to introduce our distinguished guests. Please stand as I read your name. Please hold your applause until the end. Dr. Michael Thomas, Superintendent of Schools. Phoebe Bailey, Assistant Superintendent, Personnel Support Services. David Engstrom, Deputy Superintendent, Achievement, Learning, and Leadership. Dan Hoff, Executive Director of School Leadership. John McCarran, Assistant Superintendent of IT. Chris Wallace, Director, Board of Education. Darren Smith, Principal. Addie Arnell, Assistant Principal. Matt Baldwin, Assistant Principal. Jim Porter, Athletic Director and Business Manager. Sharon Bronson Sheehan, Dean of Students and parent of graduating senior. Ricky Lobato, Dean of Attendance. Steve Ottmer, Science Teacher and Faculty Speaker. Ilana Del Valle, Math Teacher and parent of graduating senior. Paul Coffer, Math Teacher and parent of graduating senior. Jennifer Nagel, English Teacher and parent of graduating senior. Scott Edmond, English Teacher and name reader. Sarah Jacobs, Social Studies Teacher and name reader. Caleb Muth, Science Teacher and name reader. Brent Urban, Spanish Teacher and name reader and parent of graduating senior. Dr. Joe Schott, President, Colorado Springs Education Association. Miley Sufak, Senior Class Speaker. William White, senior class speaker. Can I get one final round of applause for everyone I just listed?
You might recognize our first senior speaker as a member of our very own Coronado Blue Notes as they performed the national anthem earlier. In addition to her contributions to the Blue Notes, she's been a part of many Coronado theater productions, a member of our show choir, and very involved in FCCLA. Heading to Hawaii Pacific University this fall to study political science and international business, please welcome Miley Sufak.
I asked them to play my hype song as I came up, and they said no. So, will you all hype me up? Yeah! Now you're unmuted. It truly is nice to see you. I know it feels like all we've seen of each other are gray screens this year, so maybe take a minute to introduce yourself to these vibrant faces next to you. And I'm Miley Sufak, coming to you from the graduation that we truly hoped and dreamed for. But when my name is read, you might recognize me better as Malia, Molly, or just simply the dreaded pause near the end of the attendance list. And I'll admit, I'm among the students who hate roll call for this reason. Oh, I dread pre-written name tags and, oh, that's a unique spelling conversations. And I want to thank all of you who helped me out by saying, it's Miley, making me feel like a celebrity. And I know all of you can relate as a student body with ideas as unique as our names. I mention this not to hate on the predictable public stumble that is reading difficult names, but instead to highlight the moments in school, like roll call, that helped build our humility and give us an opportunity to advocate for ourselves and others. And as much as we support our peers, I'm sure a lot of you are hoping this is the last day you'll see these fools next to you. But here's to seeing you after today, and not just on Instagram, but kindly advocating to correct your pronouns or correct your name when mispronounced. These were the moments that school taught us to dread, that were actually teaching us to be kinder, bolder people. Here's to celebrating all the moments. Here's to not being afraid to eat alone at lunch because you know what you're bringing to the table. Here's to sitting next to you on the bus because you know you're going places and not wondering if what you drive is worthy enough of getting you there. Here's to anyone ever described as intimidating. Girl, keep them intimidated, because to be the first to achieve something, sometimes you have to have the strength to be the first one. Here's to celebrating our endurance of this past year as we begin to unmask and once again reveal our beaming smiles to the world. And for being the graduating class that, like Amanda Gorman said, once asked how we could possibly prevail over catastrophe, to now astonish the world by asking, how could catastrophe possibly prevail around us? So when we say see ya today, I'm holding you to it. I'll see ya starting your own business. I'll see ya in front of a classroom, this time as a teacher or coach. Maybe I'll see ya on Mars. I would be honored to see ya in uniform as a first responder or in the military. And I'll see ya in the Senate seats and at the Olympics or as a Tony winner on Broadway. For all of the brilliant things that you accomplish, I can't wait to see your name next to it and say, I went to high school with them. As we grow up from our assigned seats and our attendance lists, we will make our own seats at the table, fill in our own name tags, and I can't wait to see how you introduce yourselves to the world. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Coronado High School Combined Orchestras as they perform music from Assassin's Creed Black Flag Suite by Brian Tyler under the direction of Mr. Paul Jacobson. Our next senior speaker was very involved both in and out of Coronado. He was varsity team captain for tennis, basketball, and track, was asked by District 11 to be a student representative on the Trails, Park, and Open Spaces Committee for the City of Colorado Springs, and is also a representative on the Youth Champions with the Colorado Springs Olympic Committee. This fall, heading to Vanderbilt, majoring in health medicine and society, please welcome William White.
Good morning. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Smith and the Coronado staff for giving me this opportunity to speak. I would also like to thank my teachers and parents for all they have done for me and pushing me through. Now, pressure. If you will, breathe in and out with me. In and out. One more time. In and out. You feel that calming, relaxing feeling after you exhale? Well, for 4 years, I did not feel that breath of fresh air until I got accepted into college. 4 years of holding my breath in because the future was so unsettled that I didn't know what would happen. 4 years of not being able to breathe. 4 years of always thinking I might not be good enough. Pressure. My lack of breath was not from the increase in elevation. I'm talking about the pressure set on the back of many students. The pressure to outperform each other. The pressure to make it into that long for college. The pressure of parents, family members, and friends. But more so, the pressure that we each apply to ourselves. Pressure that is so much you feel like you cannot lift it anymore. Doesn't seem so great, does it? But I'm not standing up here to tell you a tale of gloom and doom, because you see, pressure is not all that bad. With pressure comes diamonds. Think of a piece of coal. Pressure put on coal transforms it into a diamond. The pressure put on us changed us as well. Pressure has given us the strength to know that we have the resilience to make it. Resilience to move forward when our school was shut down because of COVID, and we were forced to learn remotely and away from our teachers and friends. Resilience to come back to school when it reopened and to attend classes. Well, for the most part. Resilience to take jobs to help out our parents or fill hours that otherwise might have been spent in empty gymnasiums. Strength to go on when we lost loved ones to the pandemic or illness. Strength to take part in marches and community activities when we saw racial injustice and we knew we had to right those wrongs. Pressure has also given us strength through perspective and empathy. Perspective to know that whatever we are feeling, others around us have their own pressure, so we must lift them up a little. We volunteered, helped out our elderly, our neighbors and friends, and worked to better our community. Walking into high school, I had preconceptions about nerds and jocks and wondered where I would fit in. I was confident that high school would just be a step up from middle school, and soon I would sail into college. But the true reality is high school turned out to be something I, and probably you, never thought it would be. And because of all it has been, we can all take a breath of fresh air, because we are now stronger, more empathetic, and more resilient for it. So please, breathe in and out, knowing your future lies ahead and you can accomplish any goal you wish. You made it. Thank you again for giving me this opportunity.
Now to perform Ubi Caritas et Amor by Kim Andre Arneson, the Coronado Blue Notes, under the direction of Jeff Hoder.
Ooh. et in ipso iucundemus exultemus, et in ipso iucundemus timeamus et amemus Deum vivum. Timeamus et amemus Deum vivum. Et ex corde diligamus nos in cielo, ubi caritas et amor Deus ibi est, Deus ibi est, et ex corde diligamus nos in cielo, nos in cielo, ubi caritas et amor. Amen. Amen.
A tradition at Coronado is the senior class selects a faculty speaker for graduation. This teacher has been a D11 science teacher for 19 years. When he is not teaching science or traveling with his family, he is building his repertoire of bad dad jokes. I am pleased to introduce to you this year's faculty speaker, Mr. Steve Ottmer.
Thank you, everybody, for this opportunity to speak today. That was really a great honor, seniors. Thank you very much. I'd like to start today with a question. What's the number one factor that makes someone successful in life? It's being resilient. That's what the research shows, at least. Some people would call it grit. Grit is persevering, even when things are hard. Not for days and weeks, but months, sometimes even years. All of you this year have persevered. Even though COVID slowed all of you down, it didn't stop you. Remember, that which does not kill us only makes us stronger. I could just imagine your grandchildren one day, they will think you're about as cool as Velcro because you are the graduating class in the middle of a pandemic. So remember, in the future, you've already been through hard times and you've persevered. That's important to remember. So graduates, during this crazy, hectic year, I've got to sit down and speak with many of you one-on-one. I got to hear all the amazing things that you guys are planning on doing after graduation. So I just want to share a couple examples real quick. I met a senior. She's planning on going to culinary school. I'm pretty sure those finals will be a piece of cake. I know a student who's actually planning at some point in her career on purchasing a Kentucky Fried Chicken franchise. I know, I thought at first that's kind of a unique opportunity. But then I totally realized that's totally something that could be on somebody's bucket list. I know another student. He's pursuing a career in geology. I told him that's a great idea. That career has to rock. One of my anatomy students, she's interested in studying dermatology. I told her that's a great idea. Just make sure you don't come to any rash decisions. I know several students who are interested in pursuing a career in math. I just wasn't sure. In order to have a career in math, do math majors in college graduate with degrees or radians? I'm not sure. Maybe Mr. Ye could help us with that question. Mr. Ye, is it degrees or radians? Radians. He said always go with radians. Okay. Thanks, Mr. Ye. So let's see, how many seniors do I have to still talk to? No, I'm just joking. I think that's probably enough bad dad jokes for one day. But seniors, this is a big day, but sometimes it's also a scary day. So just remember, even though you're leaving, all of us here still have your back, and we always will have your back. So, just as I signed off every day this year in our classroom, graduates of 2021, go out there in the world and be good and do good. Thank you.
Now to perform Black Orpheus, composed by Louis Bonfa and arranged by Eric Richards, Coronado's Jazz Band 1, under the direction of Alan Combs.
Thank you, Mr. Combs and Jazz Band 1. Students, I want to start off by saying that we're glad you're here because it's not that easy to graduate from Coronado High School. We've asked you to earn 46 credits in many different disciplines. We've asked you to critically think, problem solve, work together as a team. We've required you to persevere. We ask that you come to school and be on time. And our world decided it would throw in a pandemic because life isn't challenging enough. If I had two words to describe this year, they are constant change. And here we are to celebrate that despite all the constant change, seniors, you made it happen. And maybe you had a little help along the way. So graduates, real quick, you have staff members behind you over here to my right, and then your families are up in the stands. Graduates, can you give these people a quick round of applause for all they've done for you? So in life, it's good to find the silver linings in all that we experience. The fact that you've become experts at navigating change, going with the flow, adjusting, being flexible to a higher degree than any class before you is a silver lining. And also the legacy that you leave us. So considering Coronado's first graduating class of 1971 and all the other classes that followed, I don't know of an event that matches what you have all navigated. The ancient Greek philosopher Heraclitus said, "Change is the only constant in life." And being here, you've demonstrated that you can navigate change and also along the way created some memories and have been mandated others. You've accomplished much. 3 league champions in football, volleyball, boys soccer. Our drama program pulled off an amazing performance a few weeks ago. One time and one shot, and they nailed the production, the cover of Life. And then, of course, today is a great memory. It includes the Blue Notes, Schomburg Choir, orchestra, and our jazz band. And special thanks to our performing arts program, as we have missed you and missed the magic that you bring with in-live person music. And yes, give it up for our performing arts program. Families and friends, this group as a whole has earned $7,885,112 in scholarship money. Okay, all right. Now keep it up. And I remind you that you are prepared for a changing future, and there will be more change to come. After all, this is just the beginning. Your high school experience is simply a stepping stone, and we are all curious and excited to see what happens next. I am now pleased to publicly say for the first time that you have all met the graduation requirements set forth by the District 11 School Board. Dr. Thomas, for your consideration, I present to you the Coronado High School class of 2021.
Congratulations, graduates. This is a day that many of us thought would never come. A year ago, we were all thrust into a world of change that we had no idea what the future would hold. And as you've heard from several of our speakers, that's really the story of life. Nobody really knows what the future chapters will be. But because you've been masters of your story up to this point for the past 13 years, we have full faith and full confidence that you will be able to craft a very successful future for yourselves. This morning, we heard from one of our seniors, Mr. William White, and he talked about the pressure that many of you have been under. I think many of us can really empathize with that pressure as well. But he also reminded us that that same pressure can turn coal into a diamond. And as I look across the field here this morning, I see many, many beautiful diamonds, all uniquely cut, multifaceted, to show clarity, to show brilliance, and to show your beauty to this world. So on behalf of the school district, District 11, I congratulate each and every one of you for your accomplishments for graduating here today. And it is my honor as your superintendent to bring Mr. Chris Wallace from the Board of Education in District 11 to officially confer the class of 2021 at Coronado High School. Congratulations.
Good morning, class of 2021. It's good to see you. Welcome also to the educators, family members, and community partners that have supported you through this unique journey. It's been an interesting year. While each generation wrestles with the significance of living through their own historical moments, fate has seen fit to mark your passage into adulthood with particularly grand context. For better and for worse, your final years in high school will be inextricably tied to the disruption of the COVID-19 pandemic. This has been an incredibly difficult, challenging, strenuous, painful, demanding, tough year. During this past year, I was often reminded of a phrase passed on to me. Franklin Roosevelt said, "Smooth seas never made a skillful sailor, and so too it is with life." This has been a year I hope no one wishes to repeat, but it has also nurtured in us resolve and resilience. It has revealed leaders from people that never would have described themselves as such. It has reminded us, as Henry Haskins said, that what lie before us and what lie behind us are small matters compared to what lie within us. Despite it all, we are better prepared to face the struggles of tomorrow for having faced and overcome the struggles of today. As I conclude, I reflect upon the lessons of this past year. I reflect on my own mindset at my own graduation some years ago. I ask myself what I would tell that younger version of myself. While that commentary could be a long conversation, I think it comes down to this. When it comes, face adversity. Failure is not final nor fatal. There is often more to learn from our struggles than from our successes. So find the thing that challenges you. Approach those challenges with great effort and a spirit of excellence, and allow those challenges to be the crucible upon which you forge success. Because as Maya Angelou once said, there is no failure as long as you learn from your experience, continue to work, and continue to press on for success. So as a proud director on the District 11 Board of Education, I wish you the courage to press on for success. Lastly, if I could humbly make a request. If your life has been improved by a teacher or parent, if a food service worker or bus driver, librarian or principal, or one of our many other educational support professionals has improved your life or positively impacted your life, tell them. Share with them the mark they have left on you, and know that you too have left a mark on them. I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you today. Your community is proud of you. On behalf of the District 11 Board of Education, I am pleased to accept the class of 2021 for the conferring of diplomas. You graduated.
Seniors, all year you have been counting down the number of minutes until you graduate. I am pleased to announce that number of minutes has reached 0. Will the first row please stand and come up to the stage?
Ready? Emily Ann Hancock. Miley Isabel Sufek. William Patrick White. Just tap me when you want to go. Hunter Morgan Abeda.
They need to come up. There you go.
Stand right there on that black stripe.
Gregory Neville Muhammad Abukar Daru.
Stand on that black stripe. Stand on that black stripe. Right here until I get this stripe.
Cameron Lynn Adams.
Stay there. Stay there.
Seth Douglas Aiden.
Read the name until they stay on the tape.
Come up. Stand on the table.
Right here.
That one.
Franco Sebastian Aguirre.
Stand there. Stand there. Stop.
Ready? Kitab Omar Abdul Maged Al Gurtani.
Stop. Look right here.
No, I know, but they stand like this. Bentley Sedora Keith Anchetta. Ivan Luca Apodaca. Eddie Alexander Esquivel Aragon.
No, wait. No, stay back, Cynthia. Stay back. Go,
Cynthia Melina Archuleta. Jalen Orion Austin. Just hit my elbow when you're ready. Casey Maxim Banks. Joshua Dylan Bates. Hannah Vilana Bem. Raina May James Bennett. Maya Raylene Bishop. Jose Jesus Blanco Soto. Tierra Nishay Bond. Elijah Bradley Border. Ariana Claire Bauer. Ella Rain Bowman. Destiny Renee Starr Boyd. Stephanie Marie Boyd. Trina Marie Brinkman. Brooklyn Louise Brown. Michaela Jean Brown. Mylin T. Bowie. Damian Anthony Burks. Faith Marie Butler. Lisbeth Janeth Calderon Chavez. Kaya Kelly Cameron. Kaylee Elaine Campanella. Sarah Jean Carpenter. Brooklyn Kendall Cassens. Adonai Quetzalcoatl Cervantes Barajas. Anirudh Ramesh Chattari. Jose Armando Chavez Chilel. Melena Alitha Cheney. Katie Karina Chilel Ramos. Isaac James Choate. Ava Sky Collins. Camden Jameson Combs. Mackenzie Denise Kuhn. Leah Ann Cron. Austin Hartley Crawford. Giovanna Cruz. Andrew Joseph Cruz Gallegos. Emily Marie Culberson. Danielle Amber De Leon. Rachel Michelle De Valle. Edward Luis Delgado Cruz Jr. Maya Isabel De Vilbis. Carly Crystal Dietz. Ariel Aaron Dominguez. Elise Laren Dort. Logan Christopher Duncan. Oriana Sky Dunn. Jennifer Lynn Eakin. Hope Elizabeth Grace Earls. Jenna Lynn Eberhart. Kaylee Shay Eifler. Sadie Ann Enoch.
Ashley Patricia Feeks. Nina Marie Felch. Erin Elizabeth Field. Hunter Allen Fields. Kaylin Winters Finch. Lindsay Fish. Connor Jonathan Fouts. Peyton James Franklin. Noah Osmar Galvan. Jesse James Gangelhoff. Jeffrey Jaden Gilliam. Valerie Godinez Martinez. Gabrielle Noel Gray. Haley Len Grease. Elizabeth Michelle, Audrey Lynn Grow. Killing me over here. Elizabeth Michelle Gumper. Kathleen Pasquale Hager. Cheyenne Renee Hall. Grace Evelyn Hanlon. Xavier Maxwell Hanna. Okay. Jaden Michael Hansen. Mary Della Alida Hansen. Abigail Grace Harberson. Elizabeth Hope Harberson. Anthony James Harris. Leanna Ann Harris. Jacob Joseph Hart. Tristan Michael Hayden. Aiden Philip Hines. Madeline Grace Hemphill. Ivan Hernandez Anguiano. Kelsey Nicole Hill. Alexander Samuel Hollingsworth. Creedon Boomer Philip Hood. Hannah Moon Hook. Sato 2. Madison Renee Marie Hughes. Cassidy Evelyn Celeste Hunter. Bryson Edward Hurt. JC Lene Jacobs. Emma Karen Jacobucci. Brandon Gary William Johnson. Caitlin Brianne Johnson. Jalen Amari Jones. Kevin Michael Jones Jr. Sola Jane Karnick. Gabriel Baxter Coffer. Judith Eleanor Ingalito Kellner. Nathaniel Reese Kempa. Sean Robert Kite. Brittany Marie Elijah Denise Kizzy. Garrett Philip Klein. Kai William Kramer. Jade Elizabeth Labs. Virginia Eve Laird. Malia Grace Lambden. Okay. Robin Sharon Laswell. All out of order now. Megan Elise Lawson. Evan Brooks Leach. Isaac Thomas Leach. William Vaughn Leach. Jaya John LePage. Madigan Dakota Lestenkoff. Emily Faith Laville. Ariel Bell Lichtenstein.
Aiden Matthew Maloney. Kelly Patricia Marcus. Jai Lee Matherly. Kristen K. Mayberry. Alexander Joe Aiden Mahu. Devin Allen McClure. Kira Lynn McKee. Samuel J. McKee. Rhiannon Lee McNabb. Miles Ontiveros Medina. Emma Louise Melsness. Kayla Jade Merritt. Kaylee Jean Merritt. Andrew Isaiah Mertz. Haley Michelle Michi. Mason James Michi. Gavin Reese Miller. Lance David Miller. Ryan Toyoki Mills. Oscar Luis Montoya. Charles Wayne Morrison. Benjamin Braxton Moses. Caitlin Elizabeth Moss. Gage Joseph Monier. Fatina Aliyah Muhammad. Abigail Elizabeth Mullaney. Elijah Philip Murphy. Benjamin Elijah Nagel. Anke Nelsistuin. Amy Kano Nakaido. Ashley Lynn Northern. Gracie Elizabeth Nolan. Mitchell Lee Nolan. Hector Fidel Orendain Juarez. Mark Iris Perkins. Amber Sky Pfeiffer. Tennille Don Plunk. Samuel Quincy Plunkett. Cole Mitchell Porter. Lauren Elizabeth Radzienda. Brittany Tiara Ramos Ramos. Austin Connor Randall. Jing Tao Reed. Yasmin Keely Reed. Dylan Michael Reeder. Alexis Grace Rehorst. Brian Scott Richardson. Noah Myung Soo. Darshan Ali Robinson. Macy Gree Rogers. Luangel Abdiel Romero. James Rosario Tafi.
Could I get the cards? Yeah. Oh, yeah, good. Yeah, thank you. Carla Johanna Saldana Vargas.
You got your card?
Oh, do you have your card? No, you're good, you're good. Eric Daniel Sansucci. Ashton Allen Sandoval Oaks. Melissa Maureen Sartain. Delaney Shay Sawyer. Dane Neil Schaff. Riley Nicole Schaff. Rygar Jason Aragorn Scheiberg. Rachel Ryan Scott. Raina Sky Seats. Hayden Paul Seditol. Dylan Patrick Segura. Amanda Meredith Seth. Jackson Douglas Schaefer. Alexander James Shamey. Charbino. Georgia Lee Charbino. Ridley Andrew Sheehan. Kensley Jean Smith. Stacia Ann Smith. Yep. Shelby Angel Sommers. Nathan Sotelo Barrera. Annalise Marie Southerly. Madeline Rebecca Thompson. Oh, sorry. Laura Elizabeth Stevens. Everybody's moving off fast.
Stop.
Ty. We're way behind now. Oh, didn't have that one. Russell Philip Storm. He's not on my list, sorry. Justin Curtis Tasca. Asiana Lakira Ariel Taylor. Madeline Rebecca Thompson. Ty Brennan Thompson. Caitlin Patricia Tilton. Jesus Armando Torres Medina. Miranda Marie Trevino. Benjamin Blake Turner. Gunnar Jackson Ulrich. Sophie Gabriela Urban. Isaac Angelo Vega. Samuel Elias Kamalu Pistachion. Dana Claire Van Lemden. Christopher Robert Walters. Brianna Marie Waters. Anna Darlene Weiss. Guylin Troy Williams. Jackson Wilson Jr. Tyler James Jeffrey Wright. Dylan Edward Zimmerman.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Coronado High School class of 2021. Here is your student body president, Emily Hancock, to lead you in Coronado's tassel turning ritual. Remember, it is from right to left.
Hello, Coronado students, staff, and families. I am honored to be in front of you all today as a graduate. I know I would not be here today if it were not for God, my family, my best friends, and the staff here at Coronado High School. Before getting started, I would like to say a special thank you to Mr. Smith. I cannot imagine navigating high school without a principal that is always ready to support every one of my ideas and dreams. I know that it has been a difficult year or so to be a principal, but you have done so well. I would say, yeah, let's get a round of applause. I would say after a senior year like ours, we should all be incredibly grateful and proud to be gathered for such a monumental milestone in our lives. There are many ways that I could accurately describe this school year. I could say it was chaotic, I could say it was unpredictable, and I could say it was frustrating. However, if somebody asked me to briefly describe our school year, I would not turn to any of those descriptions. I would tell them that this school year has been a blessing. I understand why some of you may not be inclined to agree with me right away, but allow me to tell you an analogy that may help my point. This analogy is one that my dad has used in my family for a long time now, and that I've been able to apply to almost every aspect of my life. If you've ever used I-70 to get to Grand Junction, Colorado, from Denver, Colorado, you will know that you get on the interstate heading west because Grand Junction is west of Denver. Seems logical enough. However, around DeBeck Canyon, there is a point that you must head east in the complete opposite direction of where you are trying to go. Though this may seem counterintuitive, you cannot stay on I-70 and get to Grand Junction any other way. Similarly to any other detour, it is entirely necessary to change direction and feel like you are not on the correct path to reach your destination. Coronado seniors, I encourage you to learn to appreciate the moments in life when you are heading east, so to speak. take in the view, because once you are heading west again, you may not have the time to turn around to admire what lies behind you and to reflect on the beautiful view that you had, or to comprehend how valuable those experiences were for you. For many of us, this year has felt like one big, confusing detour. But this year and every hardship that has accompanied it has brought us that much closer to the beautiful experiences in store for us in our futures. That, my fellow seniors, is why this year has been a blessing. That being said, I think we are all more than ready to get these tassels turned and get celebrating. Seniors, please stand and face away from me towards the drone out there. It is my honor to turn my tassel from right to left with all of you on the count of 3, and then I will take my cap off, count to 3 again, and we will all toss our caps. Congratulations, Cougars. We made it. 1, 2, 3. All right, get ready to throw your caps. 1, 2, 3.